Hi everyone, this is Shubham from Greta and Questera. In this video, I actually wanted to share a little bit about what you can do with GitHub. And I know that we right now have code preview, but you can't edit the code here. You can't make minor changes here. You every time have to chat with Greta to be able to do that. But what if you want to do those minor changes? So this is what I want to talk a little bit about. So the way that we are going to do it is through our GitHub integration. So let's say I click here and it'll show me this. Hopefully for a lot of you GitHub would be connected, but if not, just go to github.com and create an account, because for every thing that you will do, maintaining the versioning through GitHub is actually extremely important. And if you have not seen my previous video where I talk about versioning, please go check it out. It's not a must-have for a lot of users, but it's a good thing to have so that your code is not lost, so that you have control over whatever you are doing. So when you create anything, you click on, let's say, GitHub, and you click on push your code. Right? So what Greta will do is it'll go in and create a repository and push the code. Now, when you go to your GitHub, right, you will see a particular project being created, which is this. Greta Dev Agency Contact. This is the project that was created. The very first thing that I want everyone to do is make sure that this public repository is not public. So you go all the way down, right, and you change the visibility to private. So the reason why we are doing this is that we want to make sure that people are not able to see or access anything, any code that you have created, and now it is logged. You can also choose to change the name. For example, I want to say Greta Dev Agency Form Project. I can also rename it. And the reason why I'm renaming it is better for me. Second, the visibility is being changed so that nobody else can access the code base if they come to my profile. By default, making this a private repo is something that we are working on. We are figuring it out. But in the meantime, this is the best way that you can do. So let's say I want to change this personal information to say your information or something like that, right? So I go in the code, right? And I try to explore these. I think this is interesting to be able to explore different things, what is happening, what is not happening. All of this is something that you can really explore through the code and try searching for personal information. Here you'll see this is a comment, but here you'll see that the H to the heading is named as personal information. You can click on this icon which says edit this file, right? And you can replace this personal information saying your information. Once you do that, as you can see, I changed it here. You can click on commit changes, right? You can add a commit message that changing text from personal information to your information. It's not required, but it is always interesting, and make sure that you commit to the main branch. And that's it. Now you can make the code changes, your team can make the code changes, and then you come here back to Greta, you click on GitHub and you pull code, and then you click yes. Now, one of the best parts about this is that you can actually co-work with your team. Like now, let's say you have a developer, he can keep pushing and making changes here, and you can keep adding into the same repo in here and keep pushing into GitHub. Now, between you and your developer, you have this thing going, and you are a 10x developer, he might be a 10x developer, and now you're able to co-work together on a particular project. And then in a second, once it's installed, we'll start seeing it's changed to your information. And that's how you can do small changes very, very easily using GitHub. And in the future, we will have text editor, code editor. We are working on it as one of the higher priority things. But in the meantime, you can just follow these simple process to be able to do that. Hope that was helpful. Thank you so much.